Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but up until probably like this past year, I've had this really bad habit that whenever I get like a paper or a contract or something I need to sign, I kind of just skim over it, and I never really actually read all the points. And that's why I agree with this quote by Rooney, that nothing in fine print is ever good news. And today I'm going to talk about how throughout my life, I never really read the fine print, and when I did, it kind of ruined the situation I was in, and it kind of put me in a ooh, can't find the right word. But anyways, it just didn't work with me. So, okay, when I was little, I got this coupon, and it was like $1 for ice cream, right? So I went to Baskin Robbins, and I was like, I'm gonna buy like 5 of my friends' ice cream when I was hanging out with them. And then, so they all get their ice cream scooped, and I go up to the register, and I hand the coupon, and I'm ready to pay just $1. But in the fine print, which I didn't read, it said that 1 per customer. So it came out to be like, I don't know, like 20 bucks, and I just felt like so embarrassed because I didn't have the money to pay for that. I only had $1. So when I was little, I should have read the fine print, but that totally ruined everything, and all my friends were so disappointed in me, and it was just really terrible. And then in middle school, I was running for treasurer. And there's like a form that I had to fill out, or that I had to read, that had all the rules for running for treasurer. And one of the rules in fine print that I didn't read was you can't spend more than $25 on your campaign or else you get disqualified. So when I was turning in all the receipts for everything I bought, like candy to pass out and posters and markers and whatever, the teacher counted all of it up, and she counted it all up to be $50, and I got disqualified for being an ASB, so that sucked a lot. And then when I got to college, I needed to get my license. And so in high school, my senior year, I took my permit test, but I kind of was lazy and never really got around to doing my 6 hours of driver's ed. And so I kind of waited a year, basically the last week, to take my 6 hours. And then I signed up for a driving test, but then when I went there, they're like, your permit already expired. And in the fine print, it said that you have a year to take your driver's test after you get your permit. And so I learned in life that you should always read the fine print, because most of the time it works against you, not with you. And that's why now, this past year, every time I get anything, syllabuses, contracts, any papers, or anything that I need to do, I always read it all so that I'm safe and nothing can ruin whatever situation I'm in anymore.
I like the personal example you have at the beginning as your attention device, and your point of view is very clearly stated. There's a little bit of a preview. I think it could be a little bit sharper and more developed, but you did give us some indication of where you were going. I thought you did a nice job on your individual examples, providing a little bit of detail and making them personable and interesting stories to share your point of view with. So that worked out pretty well. And they developed the material well also. Your organization is based primarily on those examples, so that's all there is that's structuring them. So it's clear. I don't know that it builds that well, but it does illustrate it in the different ways that you're talking about. The presentation issues, I thought your voice projected really well, and you've got a lot of inflection and variety in your voice, so everything there is strong. Gestures are normative, they seem to be okay, and your facial expressions, you seem like you're enjoying yourself and are into what you're doing. Your eye contact, though, is really inconsistent. You have a tendency to kind of look around the room. It's like you are looking forward, but it's like you're circling the room, but not by going across them, but by going around everybody. It's sort of like, let me just, and so it never really feels like you engage there, and I think that's a little bit problematic. I also noticed that you tended to drift toward the desk a little bit where you had your notes. Every time you needed a little bit of reassurance, you went back over there. It wasn't a big deal, but it was something that was noticeable. It's a little shorter than you might like, but I thought you made your point, and that's the most important thing. The time matters less than the fact that you have clearly stated your point of view, you got through it coherently, and you've got a good summary reminding us of the point that you're trying to make. And I thought you did that pretty well. All right, thank you.